And welcome to Brunswick Cable Access News. I'm Don Keating. Ohio voted, and in November it will be Republican Mike DeWine versus Democrat Richard Cordray. The election for Ohio's governor will be held on Tuesday, November 6, 2018. Cordray had the support of President Barack Obama, while DeWine has been Ohio's Attorney General since 2010. Cordray received 62.3% of the votes cast Tuesday for the Democratic Party, while Dennis Kucinich received 22.9% of the votes. Republican Mike DeWine received 59.8% of the votes cast, and Mary Taylor received 40.2%. Cordray is originally from Grove City and is 59 years of age. DeWine is from Cedarville and is 72 years of age. As of 12 noon, May 9th, according to Cleveland.com, President Donald Trump had already pledged his support for Mike DeWine. Brunswick City Schools renewal levy passed with 54.9% for and 45.1% against, while Medina County sales and use tax failed with 36.1% for and 63.9% against. Legislation introduced last week, co-sponsored by a Republican and Democrat, State Representatives John Patterson, Democrat from Jefferson, and Jim Hughes, Republican from Upper Arlington, in the State House comes in 9 months after a rusted steel arm snapped on a thrill ride, killing a high school student and leaving 4 others with life-changing injuries. State lawmakers will consider whether to increase oversight of carnival rides, including hiring more inspectors following the deadly accident at the Ohio State Fair that flung riders onto the Midway. The proposed changes also call on the state to look for inspectors who have an engineering background or who have been certified by a national association that trains ride safety officials. 4 state inspectors had checked the swinging, spinning Fireball ride hours before the accident and cleared it to operate. While an investigation by the State Highway Patrol said it appeared the ride was approved per established standards, attorneys for the victims believe the inspectors missed obvious warning signs. A woman who suffered a traumatic brain injury will receive $1.8 million from the ride's owner and 2 private inspection companies, while another deal has been reached to pay the family of an 18-year-old man who was killed nearly $1.3 million. These settlements do not include the state's ride inspectors because they have immunity from negligence accusations. Ohio Agriculture Department, which oversees ride regulations, has said it stands behind the work performed by its inspectors. While the proposed legislation could force amusement ride owners to keep photographs and written records about the repairs made to their rides along with maintenance and inspection reports, and state inspectors would also be required to keep manuals for all of the rides they examine. The state's ride inspection program has not made any changes since the accident. Spokesman for Ohio's Agriculture Department, Mark Bruce, said, but is waiting to see what recommendations come from a group that is evaluating industry standards for amusement ride inspections. Inspectors typically work off a checklist provided by the manufacturer's manual. However, Bruce added that Ohio's inspectors also will be making sure that ride operators have complied with several safety bulletins dealing with corrosion and rust that were issued by ride manufacturers after the Fireball accident, and that the Agriculture Department is still reviewing the proposed changes and has not decided whether it will support the ideas. Cedar Point's newest roller coaster that shut down on its recent opening day from a minor collision is back up and running again. A spokesperson for the amusement park in Sandusky says a train on the new Steel Vengeance coaster bumped into the back of a parked train while coming back into the station on Saturday, May 5th. 4 people on the ride asked to see the park's first aid team, but no significant injuries were reported. The riders returned to the park later. The ride was closed Saturday afternoon, but reopened later that night. It takes 1 piece of ember or lit piece of paper to blow over and ignite a fire, Brunswick Hills Township Fire Chief Anthony Strazo said. He said even though the red flag warning to inform area firefighting and land management agencies that conditions are ideal for fire combustion and rapid spread, issued Tuesday, May 1st by the National Weather Service in Cleveland, is over, there is still a possibility of a brush or grass fire. It's pretty common to have a grass fire along the freeway or a mulch fire, he said Wednesday. It usually happens when someone flicks a lit cigarette into the area. To reduce the chance of fires, the chief recommends residents not have bonfires at this time. Wait until it rains or the humidity levels are up, he said. If you have a bonfire, embers can be blown and start to smolder in the grass. Erhart, York Township Assistant Fire Chief Jason Creamer said that there aren't a lot of red flag warnings, but his department is prepared to handle them. We have a grass fire truck that has 200 gallons of water on it and extra equipment for brush or field fires, he said. The assistant chief suggested keeping wood lines and fence rows free of debris like leaves, dried grasses, and wood, and to follow the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency's guidelines for open burning. Keep fires contained and have water or a fire hydrant nearby, he said. In its Tuesday red flag warning, the National Weather Service in Cleveland said conditions were favorable for wildfires. Marty Thompson, a meteorologist with the Weather Service, said conditions must be dry or have low humidity combined with winds. There also has to be some sort of igniter such as lightning, bonfire embers, or a lit cigarette. Thompson said red flag warnings are more common in the fall, but can happen in the spring as well. What is a red flag warning? A red flag warning is a forecast warning issued by the National Weather Service to inform area firefighting and land management agencies that conditions are ideal for wildfire fire combustion and rapid spread. For more information, visit the EPA website. Bat TV equipment soon to be purchased. Soon, Bat TV will be in possession of some new and much needed equipment. Brunswick City Council will take bids for the equipment, and then the equipment, which is a multi-channel playback system, will be purchased. Currently, the station is operating just 2 units. One operates the public and government channels, and the other the rec channel. The new system will control all 3 channels and will continue the station's presence on bat.vibit.com. The equipment that is currently in use at the station has been in use since 2010. In coming weeks, I will have an interview with station manager Jeff Neidhart to get more information on the new equipment. Ohio's bald eagle population explosion. Before the mid or late 1970s, it was considered quite the event to spot the national symbol, the bald eagle, in Ohio. However, since the late 1970s, the number of bald eagles living in Ohio has been on a steady incline. According to a 2017 survey done by an aerial eagle survey team, it was estimated that there were 221 nests along Ohio's waterways in March of 2017, and that number was up slightly from 2016, where it was estimated there were 207 nests. An estimated 312 bald eagles fledged from the state's 221 nests last year. State wildlife biologists believe Ohio's bald eagle population stabilized over the last 10 years with an annual increase of 3.5%, according to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. On August 9, 2007, the bald eagle was removed from the federal list of threatened and endangered species. After nearly disappearing from most of the United States decades ago, the bald eagle is now flourishing across the nation and no longer needs the protection of the Endangered Species Act. The bald eagle can be seen frequently in parts of far northern Ohio, near or not far from Lake Erie's shores west of Cleveland to the Toledo area. Then southward, west of Cleveland, towards Mansfield and Mount Vernon, then eastward towards Coshocton, Wills Creek Wildlife Area, over towards Newcomerstown, and Salt Fork State Park. If you ever get a chance to go out and check out these areas where the bald eagle are currently located, by all means do so. I've spotted bald eagles my times 3 or 4 times, and it is really a sight to behold. So if you get a chance to be in those areas, check it out. Psychic Sushi returning to Bat TV. The metaphysical talk show Psychic Sushi is back from hiatus and has returned to Bat. Join Reverend Elizabeth Howe as she explores all things metaphysical. Her bi-weekly 1-hour show will cover all topics that involve the metaphysical and alternative healing. Topics including some great interviews with top local experts, health, healing herbs, energy healing, UFOs, Native American psychics, mediumship, plus so much more. If you have ever asked yourself, what is that about? Join Reverend Elizabeth to learn more in a safe, respectful, and fun educational show. Hey, let's take a look at your local weather information now. It's going to be warming up as we head toward climatological summer, which, by the way, begins on June 1st, climatologically speaking, although real summer begins around the 22nd of June. There's a little difference, and I'll get into that one of these days and explain what the difference is to you. But let's take a look at this information for now. Your average highs and lows for Brunswick and Medina County for the 23rd to the 29th of May look like this. Your average highs range from 71 to 73 degrees, with your average lows ranging from 51 to 53 degrees. That's not too bad to take compared to a month and a half ago when we were still talking about snowfall. You do remember that, right? If you don't, I've got some photos I can remind you with. Average rainfall this time of the year now for this week is up to 84/100ths of an inch, and that again is because of the increasing number of thunderstorm activity in this part of the country. Now let's take a look at the National Weather Service predicted outlook as far as temperatures are concerned across the United States, and you will see that for the most part this map is painted red and orange. What's that mean? Simply that the temperatures have a pretty decent chance of being above normal. The only place on the map not expecting above normal temperatures are down here in the state of Florida, where you're expecting normal temperatures. So normal temperatures down in Florida are pretty warm this time of the year and pretty humid at the same time. But the biggest chance of above normal temperatures range from the Plain States down into the Mississippi Valley and over here into the Ohio Valley. And we'll take a look at the precipitation map now. And is it going to be any wetter or drier with that above normal temperature forecast? Well, let's take a look. For the most part, you're looking at a slightly above normal chance of precipitation in the Ohio Valley. So your 84/100ths of an inch of precipitation during that time frame might actually be bumped up to an inch or an inch and a quarter. And don't forget, this time of the year, if you have afternoon thunderstorms, that's actually a blessing in disguise, because the angle of the sun along with the wind can dry your topsoil out pretty quick, and you actually do want that surface moisture to be around so those crops and everything else can grow the way they should. Southern Texas will be a little below normal down here, and as you can see up here in the state of Maine and New England, their chances are a little below normal for precipitation. Now, there's always conversation as far as there's a tornado warning. It's going to affect us, or actually a tornado watch is going to affect us. Where was the tornado sighted? Well, there's a bit of a difference between watches and warnings. So let's take a look now at what the difference is for watches and warnings, and I'll get out of the road here for a few seconds. What's the difference? A watch simply means that conditions are favorable for development, such as a tornado watch. It does not mean a tornado has been spotted or indicated by radar, but the conditions are favorable for a tornado development. And that's pretty much the same thing as far as thunderstorm watches are concerned. Thunderstorms become severe when the wind gusts hit 58 miles per hour or higher. Hail is associated with the thunderstorm, or you have extremely heavy rainfall in a very short period of time. Now, what's a warning mean? Well, pretty much the same thing, except further advanced, and that means a warning indicates that a tornado has been spotted by the public, a trained spotter, or indicated on radar. A severe thunderstorm warning indicates that large hail, wind gusts of at least 58 miles per hour, and very heavy rains are being reported or indicated by radar. So you can see the difference between a watch and a warning. Watch, simply think, watch out for the possibility. A warning means, warning, something has been detected either by radar or has been detected by the public. Community Bulletin Board. May 28th is Memorial Day. The VFW Post 9520 and the American Legion Post 234 will hold a Memorial Day program on Monday, May 28th, 2018 at 10 a.m. at the Visintainer School grounds, followed by a parade that will begin at 10:30 a.m. and proceed to Westview Cemetery. The public is invited to attend. The parade will begin forming at 9:30 a.m. information can be obtained by contacting Pat Finn at 330-225-5151. Remember, because of the holiday, Brunswick Refuge Collection will be running a day late all week. Prevention Bingo is a senior education event at Pearlview Care Center, 4426 Homestead Drive in Brunswick on Wednesday, May 30th from 2 to 3 p.m. Come learn the important information on medication safety, signs and symptoms of problems with medication and alcohol through a fun game of bingo. For more information, contact Kimberly Corrigan at 330-225-9121 or email jjacobs@pearlviewcarecenter.com. Healthy Strides is a recurring health, sports, and recreation event for residents of Brunswick and Brunswick Hills, organized by the Medina County Park District. Healthy Strides combines a brief, informative talk by a Cleveland Clinic physician or caregiver and a casual 1 to 3 mile walk. Topics change each week based on the leader's specialty and suggestions from all participants. All members of the community are welcome. No registration fee is required, and best of all, it's free. The June 2nd event will be held at Princess Ledges Natural Preserve on Spruce Avenue from 9 to 10 a.m. For more information, contact the Medina County Park District at 330-722-9364 or email parks@medinacountyparks.com. On the Street. And now, here is a segment called On the Street. We will occasionally be stopping by a local business to talk to you, the viewer and public, and ask you a random question. Then we will air your answers to my questions during the show. If you have a question you would like me to pose to the public, send it to brunswickareanews@gmail.com. And now, this week's On the Street segment. So for this week's On the Street question, we will ask kind of like a two-part question. Memorial Day is just around the corner. So that being the case, do you have any special plans for Memorial Day? And with the prices of gas rising to near $3 a gallon, will those increased gas prices affect your plans?
Hi, I'm Ben Staunton, and I don't really have any plans for the Memorial Day weekend. I have a larger vehicle that uses a large amount of gas. I'm going somewhere later in the summer and hoping the gas prices drop by then, but if not, I guess we'll have to tough it out and take the trip anyway because it's already planned. So that's pretty much my plans for Memorial Day. Stay at home and cook out.
I'm Tom Kepler. I have no official plans. Where my grandma's living now, there are some veterans, so I might go up there and hear some stories, try and make the day special for them, but nothing too far out of town. The next weekend I'm going, hopefully prices will be farther down, going to a concert in Columbus, but for Memorial Day, that's it, staying local.
Hi, I'm Louie Tyree. I really don't have any plans for the weekend. I'll probably just stay home, work in the yard, get some of that stuff done, so really the gas prices aren't going to affect what I do.
So there you have it. Sounds like a lot of exciting plans coming up for the Memorial Day weekend. Let's hope those gas prices don't get too far out of check. You have yourselves a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. And until the next time. Thanks for joining us this week on Brunswick Cable Access News. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And until the next time, I'm Don Keating.